Hi, my name is Kevin Mack. I'm the head instructor of Krav Maga Nation based out of Philadelphia. Just going to show you a couple applications of Krav Maga stick versus stick. It is also stick versus knife. It is also long gun versus stick. It's also long gun versus knife. In Krav Maga, our stick work has several different styles of stick work in one system. Some of the stuff has been in Krav Maga since before Krav Maga existed. The first real weapon of the state of Israel was the stick. Under the British mandate in Palestine, Jews and even Arabs were not allowed to have weapons. So the sticks, the walking sticks, those things became your tools, your weapons. And you see this in a lot of countries. You know, Ireland had the same issue. But because everybody had access to some sort of stick-like weapon, that became their first tool. You can see some of the old Kapot manuals, the old Haganah training manuals from before the state of Israel was even founded, and you can see people doing stick fighting positions. Watch the old movie with Paul Newman, Exodus. Paul Newman steps out of this house on a kibbutz, and you see these girls doing stick defenses that we do in Krav Maga to this day. The reason why I mention this is that even back then, there were two different styles of stick fighting that these groups did. And in Krav Maga, we now do both of those styles. Now, the first style you're introduced to is more of a two-handed grip style, two-handed blocking, swinging outside attacks. So it's almost like 360 with a stick, because you're defending outside attacks, attacks coming from swings, back swings, overhand swings, even underhand swings. Then you start to see single stick, which are more slashing motions, which are similar to our knife work. But Krav Maga is a building block system. Things are transferable. So everything we kind of learn with our two-handed stick is the same thing we use for long gun for the military. So everything I'm doing right now with this stick, you put a long gun in your hand, and that is long gun defense against attacks. So that is also why most instructors, and I know my instructor, would prefer you to hold the stick. If you have two hands on your stick, on your left side, if you're right hand dominant, the web of your hand is under. If you're right hand dominant, the web of your hand is over. All right? This basically replicates holding a gun. You would have your fingers low, you have your fingers high here. So this is how you would hold a stick to do these defenses. But while that is great for transferable skills for the gun, it also gives you a lot more mobility for these outside defenses. It slides your hands in the proper position. But it does work if you're just picking up a stick and holding it like this. It may not be as fluid, but it works. So I'm not really anal about how you're going to hold it. Though it is preferred if you learn it the correct way, because now, like I said, you pick up a gun, it's the same thing. But it doesn't ruin the defense if you don't know how to hold that properly. So the attacks that we're doing: overhand, underhand, baseball bat slashing sequence, and this slashing movement. We learn it as if we have a box. Just like outside defense is 360 is like a circle, this is like a box. So your first defense is high. Your chin's down, your eyes forward. Just like position number 1 in 360. All right? The second position is like position 7. My butt is back, the stick is coming out like position number 7. If the attack is coming from this direction, the far hand comes up. If this hand comes up, the weapon, the stick, the knife, the axe is too close to my body. This allows for more space between me and the weapon. Same thing with the opposite side. So, the attack's high, I block high. The attack's low, I block low. The attacks from that side, I block from here. The attacks from that side, I block from here. But remember, it's Krav Maga, so it's not block, 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 block. It's block and counterattack. So, when we counterattack, our block, the thing that connects the block to the counterattack, is a redirection of the momentum of the attack to where he was heading anyway. I don't stop the movement. He's coming up high. I don't stop here and try to push him in a direction that is too hard for me to redirect him to. So if he was just slashing through and I moved, that's where he would end up. So I push him there. I aid him there. I block, I redirect, and I hit. All right? So it is a little movement. It is a block. And as soon as I make contact with the stick, the far side goes up, I redirect it, I lean forward, and I attack. So from this angle, I'm blocking, redirecting, and then stepping in and lunging straight to his face. Low, it's the same thing. I block, and then I redirect, and then I stab right to the face. I'm coming in a straight line. I'm lunging forward. I'm not blocking and then coming out at a wider angle. I'm closing the distance. Because if he gets his weapon hand back, I want to be inside the attack. I don't want to be out here to where he can counterattack and swing back. If he's coming from the side, I block, push off, and attack. From this angle, I block, push off, and attack. So all you're doing is stopping the initial momentum and then redirecting it and hitting. So block, redirect, hit. Block, redirect, hit. Block, push off, hit. Block, push off, hit. Lunge forward. If he's coming from the backhand swing, as I said, I want my forehand to come out. I don't want to do this to where he could drive through into me. So this hand is the hand that goes up and meets you, meets the attack. That's why it's easier to hold this grip, because this finger, this web of the hand, is pushing the stick up. Same thing with the other direction, pushes it up. So it's easier for me to get that block in strong. And I want to meet it low on the attack, and then come in with my other attack, okay? So this is just like a lunging spearing motion. So it's the same thing with long gun. So just like that position now, my one hand is over, this hand is under. He's coming over high, I block, redirect, and I hit. It's why you have to remain tight. You know, you want to hold your hand tight, especially if you have a sling that keeps everything tight. You don't want wide movements. And you want to kind of come into your attacker. So he's coming at you, you block it, you redirect, and then you lunge straight in. Using this as your extension, as your punch to reach. And then you can continue slashing and hitting again, or you block, redirect, hit, and disengage, throw your gun. Same thing low. I'm coming in low, block, redirect, and hit. It's coming in at the backswing. It's the same thing. I can hit, push off, and attack. Knife, too. You know, if somebody's coming at close range and that's a knife, it's the exact same defense. Exact same defense. So this is what we talk about with Krav Maga, with the idea of transferable skills. You know, we're just teaching a stick, but that could be a broom. It could be anything that is long enough to and strong enough to stop the momentum of another blunt object. And as I said, you don't have to teach the military totally different things. We're teaching this as a civilian self-defense technique, picking up a stick, an equalizer, a branch, a pipe, and defending something that's coming down with a lot of momentum, another blunt object, redirecting and hitting. Then you can apply it to the military with your long gun. And then, as I said, you have to kind of work with the principles here of defending, redirecting, and attacking. 360 that you learn in the beginning classes are the same thing when you get to the advanced classes and you start learning weapon against weapon or military applications. It's why Krav Maga can't be broken up, and people should see this whole system as one large piece of the puzzle, because everything you just did in 360 and yellow belt, you're now doing in brown belt with, weapons. So, one other last thing is what we usually teach for lunging bayonet stab, which in fencing is called repost. It's the idea of the lunge is coming here, he's occupying the center line, and I have my long stick here. All I'm doing is parrying it, redirecting, and hitting. And the reason why I'm showing you this is that the counterattack's the same. He's occupying this straight line. I want to occupy that straight line with my own. So I parry and I come offline. In the old curriculum, this would be bayonet stab versus bayonet stab. He lunges in, I redirect, and I hit. And it's, as I said, it's an old fencing tactic too. Repost is basically taking that small parry, occupying the line, and attacking. closer, he comes in, boom, hit, redirect. All right? So, all your attacks should be tight, lunging in, redirecting, lunging in, parrying, lunging in, parrying, lunging in, here, redirecting, lunging in, redirecting. You're just using like this as an extension of your hands. Anytime you use weapons, anytime you use found weapons, objects, always use your attack as an extension of your hand. All right? So anything you would do here, you can extend with that. And that is just basic stick, two-handed stick grip against an outside swinging attack with another stick or a knife. And you learn defense for a straight lunging stab with a stick or a bayonet, parrying, redirecting, and attacking, repost. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us at kravmaganation.net or philadelphiakravmaga.com, and we can answer any questions you may have. Thanks.